The barrier has been released. What do I mean by that? Well, this is something that's really interesting because this has been an ongoing situation for me for quite some time. I guess several years or so it's been kind of a thing. And you really have to realize when certain situations or certain people are negatively affecting you and you're allowing them to feed off of you, essentially. And I begin to wonder, why do I attract such, I don't really even want to use the term vindictive people, because these are not like evil people on the surface or what it seems. But these are people who, for whatever reason, I guess they see me as the target or source of some sort of energy or life force that they can just feed off of. You can call these people, I guess, like energy vampire type people. But they do it also when a connection, they hear me talking about them, when a connection is also severed. It's like they don't have to be actively in your life. It's like if a connection is severed, they're still there, extracting. And it's interesting because I realized this with one person a long time ago. And I did a cleansing ritual, and that's basically what I did about this other situation that had been going on. Because that's what you have to do. And I have done it before for a certain situation, but I felt as though there was something much more sinister about this particular one. And it was like, But anyway, so regarding the cleansing ritual in itself, this is the sage smudge stick that I do here. And I will usually take a piece of this off because I can't really light the whole thing anymore. I've had this for so long, it lasts so long. It really does, because you don't have to use much. So you take that, light it up, you use this and you're fanning it. And you can do it in your environment. I do it on me especially. And usually what I would do, if it's specifically about cutting ties with a person, whether you consider that to be like a cord cutting thing, which is a type of thing you can do to eliminate a connection to someone who's like kind of feeding off of you, even if they're not there. So I would literally speak this person's name and say, you're no longer welcome here. Get out. And just say things along those lines as if I'm talking to them very like direct. Like, I'm done with this situation. You're not welcome here anymore. You're done. You're gone. Get out. And you want to do this usually with like the window open, and you just let it all out. Let it all out. And then afterwards, you bring in your own positive affirmations that you are in control of your life. You're the one who's able to make your decisions, not this other person or this other entity. And then usually what I do after that, I seal up the window. I have some of this salt here, and then I guess this oil that I put around the frame of it. I don't know what this oil is. I really don't know. It just came with this kit, and I still have a decent amount because you just kind of dab it on your finger. You just go around. So it doesn't take all that much, and you just feel like this weight has been lifted off a lot of times. But here's the interesting thing. So, as I said earlier on, it's like certain people, they just seem so evil. And for this particular type of situation, it was like, I had known there was something so evil and sinister, and it's like just any sort of normal conversation with this particular person many years ago or so, it's like they wouldn't even know. It was almost as if like playing dumb. It's like, oh, I don't know. I don't know anything about that, but it's like I knew that they knew, if that makes sense. It was more of a much more spiritual and energetic level, as opposed to maybe the ego didn't know. Maybe the ego doesn't want to admit it. But here's the interesting thing. So there's a person. It's like infiltrating my dreams. And I noticed it was almost as if they had put a wall around me. Almost like, I guess there's like different ways you can view it. So I felt as though this person had cursed me in some sort of way. Some sort of curse was put upon me with this particular person, and it bound me. It bound me up, and I just couldn't really do things for myself. And so I really let that go, let it free, and then, I was really able to realize what that curse was. It was actually someone else that I was talking to who really released it by not really even directly. It was more indirectly, but it was like, wow, okay? But that wasn't the only thing. It was like a barrier that had been put up. Almost like you can go this far, but you cannot proceed anymore. And then I would see them. I would see them in my dreams doing like the same thing, just kind of blocking everything. You couldn't confront the person. They were hiding. They were ashamed. They just kept going away. And I'm like, it's time to confront. Time to confront this and be done with it, because I am done with the situation. I am done with being controlled by these people who could be, they could be very sinister, evil people. They could be controlled by some sort of evil, negative spirits. And it is interesting because it's like, I can sense this, and it's like I sensed it with this person, a long time ago. And yet I guess I just try to talk myself into believing that can't be true. It can't be. But then I see the curse that had been inflicted upon me. I see what has been done. And I've realized, wow, so that was what's been happening. Like, imagine if someone curses you. Very another interesting random thought right there. Okay. Well, I will have to end this now because I had another interesting thought regarding the situation that needs to be addressed. So, sorry for the abrupt end, but hopefully you understand what I'm saying about being mindful. Some people are very manipulative, and they will latch on to your energy. I feel as though, because of what I project, maybe a lot of people try to take that from me, and they will not anymore. No. Anyway, take care. Bye-bye.